Peace and power, everyone. This is your brother Baba Amin Ojuwoke, and this is a quick morning build. I pray that everybody's having a blacktastic day today. You know that you're out there chasing your vision, you're out there getting things done. You know what I'm saying? And you're not apologizing. You're being unapologetically you, unapologetically black, unapologetically African, and out there taking care of black folk. You know what I'm saying? Now, look like my screen is already freezing a little bit, and it may be because I am streaming at too high of a resolution. So, what we're gonna do is this. Let me go to my settings. Hold up. Let me go to my settings, and let me go ahead and do it like this. Gonna do it like that, right? Right. We're gonna go to our settings and get everything where it needs to be. All right, cool, cool, cool. And it still look good. Peace and power. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple of folks looking in already. I'm just getting it together right quick. I'm just getting it together. But it's going to be a quick build today. It's going to be a quick build today, man. And I just want to say, you know, it's time for us to stop playing games and free our children, you know what I'm saying, from the education matrix, right? It's time for us to stop dreaming and thinking that this pseudo integration, this pseudo assimilation tactic that our community has bought into all these years, man, it's time to give up on that. It's not working. Grand rising. I mean, not two in the house. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. Tell my brother I said what's up. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Hey, and if you have a black-owned business, make sure you put it in the chat. You never know who's gonna check out this video. All right, look, I've spent my whole adult life working with young people. Right? I'm talking about from the early 90s up to now. Man, I've seen it all. I've seen every tactic. I've seen every technique. I've been in all the meetings talking about the issues. And I'm telling you, man, we talking about the same issues today that we were talking about 30 years ago. And we're rejecting the same solutions today that we were rejecting 30 years ago. And the funny thing is, we reject solutions not because there are solutions that'll harm our children. We reject solutions because they're solutions that might hurt somebody else's feelings. We reject solutions because they might hurt white people's feelings or might hurt people who are non-black, might make them feel left out. We reject solutions because it might make our children be too confident in who they are. Now, I'm telling y'all, I've been in the meetings. I've been in the meetings and watched people who are qualified for certain positions that'll turn things around. I've watched them not get hired simply because they're quote unquote too militant. See, there's a set of rules for us in the system that everybody else don't necessarily have to follow. And when it comes to educating our children, especially when we're working in certain places. And shout out, because this ain't everybody, because I know some amazing superintendents that are doing some amazing things in the public school system, right? And this ain't really even just about the public school system. This is about us. This is really about us, right? And even when it comes to us, it just seems like, it don't seem like it is, because I've been doing this since 91. We are afraid of any solution that entails us learning who we are before slavery. We are afraid of any solution for our children that teaches them self-determination, that teaches them to be proud of their heritage. We fear those solutions. We fear solutions that cause us to circulate our dollars in our community. We fear those solutions. We fear solutions that take our children who got that warrior spirit and giving them something to war on and training them. We fear those solutions because we fear what they would do if they knew. We fear what our children would do if they knew the truth. That's a fear. We fear black anger. We fear our children getting mad. You got to make sure you ain't teaching them to hate nobody. That's fear. But the fear ain't because they're going to go to the devil. That ain't what it is. The fear is because there's a fear in this country of a generation of young black people who will change the world like they did in the 60s. They don't want another generation like Afeni Shakur's generation. We don't want another generation like Mutulu Shakur's generation, like Dr. Huey P. Newton's generation, like Bobby Seale's generation, like Assata Shakur's generation. There's a fear of another generation like that because there's something about Black youth where whatever Black youth are doing, whatever Black youth are into, the world is into that. Whatever Black youth are doing politically, the world is doing it politically because Black youth know how to make it cool. Black culture knows how to make it cool. So it's so important to keep our children in an education matrix because that's the only way you can suppress and exploit the Black community is through miseducation. That's the only way. There's no way if you teach a Black child the value, their true value, and extract their full potential, there's no way we're in the condition we're in today, collectively. There's no way the culture looks like it looks today, collectively. There's no way. And we're out here crying for change, begging for change, marching for change, and shaming our youth like everything is their fault. Y'all need to stop killing each other. Y'all don't want to learn anything. Y'all, this generation is just messed up. This generation these are your children. These are our children. And we'll turn on them before we insult the system. We'll turn on them before we explore other solutions outside of behavioral drugs, outside of prison. There's always plenty of money out there for that. Plenty of money to put your baby on dope if he has too much energy in the classroom. They don't run out of money. They don't run out of resources when it comes time to put your baby on Adderall. They don't run out of resources when it's time to put your baby in juvenile detention center or on some sort of suspension program. There's always resources for that because that's the solution that society believes in for Black children, that they're savages. And if you can't civilize them, you have to lock them up. That's what they believe. Is that what you believe too? Because if that's not what you believe, then why are we sitting back and allowing these type of situations and solutions to take place? Why are we sitting back allowing the school system and other systems to label our children learning disabled? You know what I'm saying? To label our children as criminals. Why do we sit back and say it's these parents? It's just these parents. See, one thing that a people does when they suffer from toxic shame is that we instantly turn on each other when something happens. It can't be a united front. It can't be a united front when you're walking in shame. You can't have a united front when you're ashamed of what you're uniting around. And we're passing that shame on to our children. We're raising another generation saying, you can make it out. We're raising another generation saying, you can be somebody. What do you mean you can be somebody? You was born somebody. We have to rescue our children from the miseducation matrix. And then those who instinctively know that something ain't right and they rebel against the system, but they don't have the political education, they don't have the information to have an honest and constructive rebellion. They rebel and they accept being pushed away. They accept being non-compliant. They accept being on the outside looking in. And then they start defining themselves based on how they're being labeled. So, oh, you an outlaw? Well, I'm going to own that. I'm going to be an outlaw. Oh, I'm a thug? Okay, I'm going to own that. I'm going to define what it means to be a thug. I'm going to be the best thug. Oh, I'm a thought? Oh, I'm going to be the best thought. I'm going to be a welfare queen? I'm going to be the best welfare queen. And I'm going to make it cool. I'm going to make it look nice. And we sit back and we don't offer our babies any other definition, not strong, not in a strong way. We don't demand that the system expose our children to more. We're not there making sure that they get exposed to more opportunities, global opportunities. We got to stop playing games. And we have to free our children from the education matrix. There's more out here. Black youth have historically moved the needle. Think about it. Think about all the musical genres that were created by Black youth: jazz, soul, R&B, hip hop. Think of all the inventors. Think of all of those who fought in the civil rights movement and the Black Power movement. These are all Black youth. Black youth have the power to change the world. And now this country has monetized Black youth, whether they fail or succeed, because since the goal is to assimilate and to get a good job within a white-owned company or a non-Black-owned company, right? Right? That's the goal. So now the one that does everything he or she is supposed to do, yes, he got on at Microsoft. Yes, she got on at Google. The one that, and now they're earning a salary, but they're making money. They're making Google richer. They're making Nike richer. They're making all these other people richer. They're not circulating their funds. They're spending their funds, right? They're spending their funds. They're paying their tax dollars in a white-owned community. So boom, they've been monetized for other people. Then you have the one that doesn't, quote unquote, make it, that maybe falls victim to the streets. Perhaps this one is going to go to prison. Well, in prison, right, you represent a number. In prison, you represent a dollar figure. America has a multi-billion-dollar prison industry. So now monetize Black failure. Oh, you on welfare? Okay, cool. We're going to turn you into money too. Now, you're not going to get no money, but you're going to get food stamps. You're going to get this EBT card that means money for the man at the store. It's not money for you. You can only use this card at the store, but the one who owns the store can turn that card into money. So now we've monetized your failure. Seem like everybody making money off of Black youth except Black people. And we get so happy when we see one of us making it. How low must the expectation be that we all jumping in the streets when one of us makes it? When a small percentage of us can go to the NFL, a small percentage of us can go to the NBA, and we jumping in the streets and don't you say nothing bad about them. They made it. They made it. Oh, don't you say nothing bad about them. Oh, they made it. How low must our expectations be? How are we going to rescue our children if we have low expectations, low collective expectations, when we all think that Black folks is messed up except me? I'm the one Black folk that ain't messed up. Our children are powerful. I get to work with them every day. I've been working with Black youth for over 30 years directly. And now I don't work for the system. Y'all, for the last 14 years, it's been through the Uhuru Academy, my own school. And I'm working with young people from all over the world. And the common thread is natural intelligence. They thrive when they're in an environment that affirms them unapologetically, affirms their heritage, affirms their history, affirms their hair, affirms their skin, affirms their noses, affirms their story, affirms their potential, and affirms their future unapologetically. People say, are you teaching them to hate? Are you teaching? No, we teach them to self-love. But when you truly self-love, you absolutely come against anything that's trying to harm you. You don't go to the army and tell them to stop teaching you to hate. When you go to the army, they say, go kill them people over there. You go kill them people. You assume that if your country told you to go kill them people, then them people supposed to die. But you worried about if your baby gonna come home being mad at white people because they learned about the Ma'afa. Perhaps they should be allowed to be angry so they can explore those feelings and deal with it in a healthy way rather than internalizing it and allowing it to morph into shame and self-hate. But hey, rather have a self-hating Black person than to have a Black child that questions the actions of our masters. We playing games. And we need to free our children from the education matrix, because I talk to educators all the time, y'all. these babies aren't learning. All schools are not equal. And you got hardworking teachers out there, hardworking administrators out there that are fighting for better opportunities for our children, fighting for more resources, and getting hit in every turn. I was talking to a teacher yesterday, and at a school a predominantly black school that brought itself up from a failing school to an exceptional to an A school. And as soon as they turned into an A school, the district took all the funding from the after school programs, took all the funding from all the resources they were bringing in that helped bring them up. They stripped the funding as if to say, we don't want you to be an A school. Now they're scrambling and working, doing their own clubs, teachers putting in extra hours and the whole 9 yards because they're trying to keep that momentum going. But the district has pulled away all of the resources that they need to keep that momentum and build it up. I've talked to educators and principals who've turned schools around, black schools around, and as soon as they turn a school around, the principals move to another school. One principal told me one time that a failing school is a cash cow, and a failing black school is a double cash cow because no one questions whether or not there's too many black kids in special ed. I'm gonna let y'all sit on that one. Now, I'm not saying this to go at the public school system. That's not what I'm saying it for. I'm going at us because it's called a public school system. We're public. We're public. So it's not a they, it's not a them, it's an us. We're public. But we so scared to go to a public school board meeting. We're scared to step out and step up to the podium and make demands on what we want for our children. We're so afraid. And then we send people down there and you get mad at the people, the black people that's in office, but you're not supporting them either. No one believes that you can take their job. No elected official believes that black people can really collectively take their job. They believe that most black people are not paying attention, especially on a local level where we should have our most political power. So I'm not coming at the system. I said public. I'm coming at the public. We public. Now we're not going at the system today. Today we going at the family. Today we going at mama. We going at uncle. We going at big brother. We going at big cousin. That's who I'm talking to today. Because nothing can be done to our children that we don't allow. If your baby is in special ed and you know your child don't need to be in special ed, you're allowing that. If you let them tell you that your baby should be on a drug and you know good and god dog well your baby shouldn't be on a drug, you are allowing that. And if you're getting a disability check for a learning disability they saying your baby have that you know your baby don't have, now you complicit. Now you helping them. Now you're an accomplice to the crime. You got to stop playing games with the lives of our children. Now I got to go. My babies are working, my students are working. I got a group of older youth. I don't have to look over their shoulder. They taking care of business right now because black children have integrity. When the expectation is high, they meet the expectation. But they have to be surrounded by strong people who are going to defend them, strong people who are going to advocate for them, challenge them, hold them accountable, and not flinch. And strong people who are going to live what they teach. I said there's going to be a quick build. Y'all like, share, comment on this video. Let people know it's time to free our children from the education matrix. Look, I appreciate everybody who spent a little time with me this morning. Go to uhuraacademy.com and check out our program. Also, become a patron at patreon.com/Uhuru Academy. And let me do this. You can support Uhuru Academy at $. Uhuru Academy. All right, I'm going to put that up there so everyone will have it. You can also go to patreon.com and become a Uhuru Academy patron, where you're automatically debiting a little something every month to our school. And we're not just building a school, we're building schools. And wait till I come back and really tell y'all everything that we've been working on the past 14 years, right? Oh man, you're gonna be like, what? That's been happening? Yes, that's been happening. This has been the Morning Bill with Bob Amin. I'm gonna holler at y'all soon. Peace.